stuff tonight.
Getting cozy over there, Larry?
You take center, LT.
That's okay.
Did too many people kill each other?
Yeah, I know it's hard to tell from up here. It's all good.
Hey, Ragtag, yo, what the fuck,
Hey,
dude?
Diner,
You
can
have
you
like
move up a
the
little?
biggest bald spot on your fucking head ever.
It's
Wow.
Realism.
Yo,
just
what
like him
the
in real
shit
life,
is
too.
that, dude?
It's just like
Oh,
real
let
life.
me out.
Your hair looks like
Right.
fucking garbage, man.
It's-
Insane.
I hate
You're out of
With your
standards,
fucking
sir.
white scarf.
I got a bald spot too.
All right, take it away with the debrief, guys.
Go ahead, Sergeant Major.
All right. Pretty straightforward tonight. It kind of didn't go according to plan because LOL visual check became hardcore sweep and clear against pretty intense enemy opposition. So the intention tonight was basically Nightmare would just walk through the southern part, get picked up, and go north. But it turned out that there was actually a lot of shit down there. We actually ended up pulling the majority of Nightmare from the north to the south when they finished their objectives. So
Standing right here.
yeah,
Just
my bad.
you fall in right there.
So yeah, that was good. Credit to Zero on some of the chopper hopping action. That was a good idea to start moving people around that way. It allowed us to get a lot done in a relatively short amount of time. Fucking Victor 2 was pretty heavily occupied when we got there as well, so good on Guardian for helping to clear that out and kind of expand our bubble. It seemed like everything went more or less according to plan. There were a few snafus. I think we had one or two broken arrows here and there. I think we might have had like one friendly fire, so let's try not to have that in the future. But otherwise, we pretty much just slogged through it, made it to Company RP, got the company online, assaulted through Charlie 1 in what I would consider a pretty good amount of time with not horrible casualties, so good job all around. There were a few issues, but for the most part, I think everyone did really well tonight. Cass was on point, so shout out to Whiskey. And ground guys did excellent as well. We cleared everything. It's a pretty big slice of the island that we took tonight. So hopefully tomorrow they won't reoccupy, but good stuff tonight. So I would say company-wide sustains. I think our movement's been a lot better tonight than it has been recently. Better use of formations. There was a little bit better cohesion and communication between all of the elements, so that was good to hear as well. Improves, maybe just prep up the RTO a little bit. I know that was one of the complaints today, was people were starting to sound kind of tired or not into it or whatever. That's fine if you need to pass it off. And yeah, maybe in the future as well, it would be kind of behoove us to maybe not plan that things are just clear. Like, we went out there and it was like, oh, clearly these things will be not reoccupied. We've seen it before. Not always the case. Sometimes stuff is reoccupied, so we probably should have planned a little bit more forward for that, but you know, I'll take the responsibility on that as well, just because, you know, we kind of assumed that the southern part of the AO would be clear. So that's all I have. Nightmare, you want to go ahead and do sustains, improves, and all that?
Yeah, Nightmare had a pretty great night tonight compared to last night. We got to the DZ, took contact from Victor 2. It looked like Guardian and Viking were taking that out, so we kind of moved to our CP1. We got bogged down just outside of CP1 by dudes who were just shooting 2 or 3s at us for a good amount of time. We eventually got redeploy. We pushed in the Nightmare Assault. I had it set up for my Alpha and Bravo team, but it pretty much went to shit. So we pushed through the, I'd say, north side of Victor 3, took heavy contact, many grenades and many heavy machine guns. At that time, Viking came in to assist us, which was greatly appreciated. They helped us clear out the rest of the town. We moved in through our CP2, got to our fire point, moved into Victor 4, and took an IED around the weapons, not the weapons cache, our CP3 that wiped out almost all of Alpha and Bravo. Wasn't really fun, but I mean, it was pretty much invisible from what I can tell. Viking helped with us clearing the rest of that town, and we destroyed a weapons cache, but we still cleared out Victor 4 and moved all the way up to the company RP. Went to CP5, stayed on our CP5 for a while, shooting into Charlie 1, and then eventually assaulted Charlie 1 and went to easy primary and came back, and now we're here. So let's see. Sorol, can you give me some sustains?
Yeah,
I think our biggest sustain tonight was when we landed in our original landing zone. We pushed out, and we were surrounded at one point. We refused to. We might have stutter stepped, but we refused to allow the enemy to take the advantage. We rounded up the circle and we made sure to kill as many targets as we could, and pushed on. I think that was our best sustain tonight.
Awesome. Let's see. Waverly, can you give me some improves for tonight?
Yeah, situational awareness, getting caught in a barn for a little while. I think we could have pushed through that a little faster, maybe a little better. But that's about it.
Awesome. That's it for Nightmare.
Alright, Viking time. So Viking had a really good night. I'm actually very impressed with our flexibility. We hit the LZ. LZ was hot as hell. We got to the north side of Victor 2, where we were met with a roadblock right there outside of the city to the northwest. Contacts to our northeast, and a few
Sorry,
more
I'm back.
linked in through the city on the east side.
Beak, if you reply,
That'd
be great if you apply. I'm sure they would welcome you, as long as you're, don't try to recommend what's better for the company, because people don't like it, coming in and think they're know-it-alls, so, if you're gonna do that, then don't. But otherwise, you're welcome to join.
Got eyes on everything, started moving to the radio tower across the island, and once we hit the island, we had light contact. We were able to blow the radio tower and take those small buildings. At that time, half of my platoon was redirected to the south to support Nightmare, while the other half crossed the river, or in the bay, to Viking CP4. And after we helped Nightmare with the fucking town there in Victor 4 that was just not nice at all, with the IDF and the 40 mics, and no, I'm not happy with that town. But after we cleared out, we redirected as a company to the company RP, established there south of the Guardian CP5 town, that's Charlie 1 or something like that.
Don't sign up right now. Fix that problem first, and then it'd be great to see you try in.
And just kind of took that house and made it ours. After that, we moved to the EZ and extracted. For sustain, let me get Rusty.
Sustains. I think we were calling out contacts pretty good tonight. They're from all Charlie, Alpha, Bravo, all of us were doing a really good job communicating. Also, when Bravo's over with Sid talking to Guardian, they're communicating over long range that I was hearing. But that would be one of my sustains right there.
Yeah, communication between not only squads and other platoons, even if your own command isn't there. I mean, just reach out and be helpful to everyone around you. And then Franco, improvement.
Yeah, tonight as a whole, I think movement was pretty good. I saw a lot of folks pop in smoke when we were running across kind of open fields, but I'd like to see more of that. I had a couple people get shot up a little bit running across big fields. So all in all, definitely an improvement, but I am definitely seeing more smoke, and I like to see that. I want to see more, though.
Yeah, if we came back with more than half of the smoke we left with, that was probably a problem. I mean, we need to use it, get it out there, don't cross as many open areas if we don't have to. I mean, what is it? Soft cover is better than hard no cover, right? But other than that, Vikings good.
Guardian?
Yep. Guardian had a really tough night at the start off, and it kind of got pretty easy towards the end. I mean, when we touched down, as everybody saw, that town was very occupied, so we had to fight through that. And then when we got to that, what's that, C2? That place was quite a bit occupied, and kind of lost a couple guys there. Kind of just, what's always been kind of our Achilles heel. It's down guys and everybody's stopping for them. But after that, I mean, we pushed on, took V1 with no problem, and I was actually surprised at how well the guys did. Just waiting there in the field because I kind of thought they were going to get a little too itchy trigger finger-y, but they didn't. And that, and plus how quick they were too, because originally we pushed quite a bit up, and a lot of the contacts spotted us, and it's kind of like, oh fuck, we gotta pull back, or if not, we're gonna get run over, right? So it called us to pull all the way back, and thank God the enemy's like, I'm tired, I'm gonna lay down right here, and that's what they decided to do, and didn't come after us. But so I'm kind of glad everybody listened to me like right then when I say pull back. But with that being said, Fred, what is the stands for Guardian tonight? Okay, apparently he's AFK. So Kirkman, how about you?
I think we did quite well tonight. Response to contact, we ended up destroying 5 or 6 or more weapons caches there in that C2 compound. Stopping and helping wounded, but on the flip side of that coin, most of our guys were sitting there providing cover for our medic.
Yeah, true.
So, and we, I was listening to Sergeant Franco there. We went through a lot of smoke tonight. We were actually stealing smoke off bodies and stuff to resupply ourselves. But other than that, we got in. We did really good on keeping our unit unified and stuff. It was kind of loose when we were up there sitting still, but when the orders were barked, we were moving quick and efficiently.
Yeah, I definitely 100% agree with all those, especially the being, I guess, guerrilla tactics at stealing smoke from the enemy to use it to cover them. We did do that. So that being said, Castle, how about improves for us? Might want to go on yell, brother.
Alright, honestly, I mean, as a group, we did pretty well tonight. I think the only thing we really need to work on might be, bounding practice a little more. We kind of, bounded into the next group, and, I mean, cover was kind of scarce, but, I mean, we could have probably bounded past and kept momentum, and that's one of the things, is keeping momentum during breaches and clearing, because we kind of just took shots, everyone stopped, kneeled down. We could have moved past, mitigated the thing, but we kind of got bogged down a little bit at that at Charlie too. So that's all I have.
Okay, and that's it for Guardian.
Already, just a short recap and sustains improves.
Yep. So basically, we joined the rest of the company at the LZ, and once we hit our RP, we got stuck in the thick of it with Nightmare up there near their CP1, stuck in that field trying to move to our OP. We were able to assist and clear out some of that contact and push onto our OP and kept getting sporadic contact. Then Guardian asked if we could come and assist, so we pushed down there. We got there a little too late for medical assistance, so I think schwacked 1 or 2 guys and started to push out to our
Yeah, you also want to make sure you have time.
And then that's when myself...
As long as you're coming at least once a week, you're fine. We're doing ops about every day, except for Tuesdays.
Once myself and Brian got redeployed, we gathered up at C2, continued on to our CP1 after mitigating those contacts. Pushed up to OP Glock with Guardian, and then once they secured their FP, we moved up there and assisted them in clearing out some enemy contacts along with some other aerial observation. And then after that, we pushed through our CP2, CP3, and then up to OP Ruger and began observation of Charlie 1. Stood there for a little bit while we waited for the rest of the company to join up and begin the assault.
The times that usually begin are
marksman cover as well as
6
more
p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
We're given the
and
secure easy primary.
Earliest that happens tends to be 3 Pacific Time.
Sergeant Larry
3 p.m.
Porter, some improves for RD tonight.
But those are only on Sundays. That starts at 3 p.m. Whereas normal ops